Hello, my name is Dr. Julia VanderMolen. I'm an assistant professor here at GVSU in the Department of Public Health. I think the use of technology is important. It's not the end-all be-all. The technology should not lead the lesson, but more importantly, the content. And if you can integrate technology to enhance the learning and make it more multimodal and universal for the students so they can deliver content in a different manner to show understanding and evaluation and assessment and show creativity, by all means use technology to kind of enhance those objectives. Well, that question is quite apropos because I just finished a study and I wanted to measure whether or not the development of a website for health literacy and advocacy for students at the public health level, the Masters of Public Health level, and it was overwhelming. I received the data yesterday, and 92% of the students who took the survey, that was out of 13 out of 14, said that the assignment using Google Sites to create a web resource for the community helped them address the 7 competencies of that particular lesson. And they also said that they would love to have more projects based off of that. 92%. That's a lot. This is probably an answer you're probably not going to like, but here goes. Money. So one of my favorite videos to show in class too is, and I actually do a lot of incorporating of YouTube videos. I kind of cut them and go, this is the only part of the clip I want because I want to introduce something. And yesterday I did a lecture on grant writing, and I did a short little clip that says, show me the money. And it's usually a money piece, but if I can find a tool that's free and can be integrated and intuitive for students, more than anything intuitive, so they can show those creativity pieces within the lesson, then I'd rather do that. So I really do a lot of hunting, or I rely a lot on IDEL to kind of help me figure out what tools are maybe out there that I could use that are free. Okay, I think one of the challenges in adopting technology within higher ed is the learning curve and the changing the way we think and how we deliver content to students. In today's age, we have to kind of think more multimodal, and multimodal is looking at different modes of expression, different means of representation as well, and different ways to assess a student in learning. And oftentimes we're looking at, we need to have the exam, but not every student learns by taking a test and can show that what they do know is done by taking a test. They can produce a wonderful video. They can produce a wonderful website. They can produce a presentation. Maybe they have better oral skills than they do writing skills. So how do we tap into that? And I think that the use of technology can help us to do that, but the challenge is the learning curve of the technologies we may have to use to do so. Okay, so if I had the opportunity to select a new technology in the classroom, and I had pie in the sky, I would love to do virtual reality or or artificial intelligence. I would love to do one of the two. I mean, that's just why? Because it fascinates me. I would also like to incorporate the development of mobile applications. Okay, so maybe incorporating and working in teams with like public health and computer science students, and getting them to work collaboratively to develop an app that's better for healthcare. So is it something that we do for health and wellness, tracking our how much water we drink? You know, maybe it's a cup that we design. Here I'm giving you an idea. A cup that we design that actually measures how much water we drink, and it goes to our phone and it measures how much water. Or something like that, or it could be anything. But one of the two, I would love to do like artificial intelligence or mobile applications. I'm not sure if this was brought up or not, but I'm an assistive technologist, so I always think outside the box for technology. I usually look at the assignment first and go, how can I make this, again, more universal, designed for learning, and more multimodal for the student. So does the student potentially, like if they're developing a way to address health literacy or advocacy, is it through development of an infographic for health literacy? So again, infographic would be using something like Canva or Pictochart or Pictogram, or I'm sorry, Infogram. That could be one piece of it. It could be through a video. It could be through storytelling. It could be through a basic oral presentation that they're using PowerPoint or Google Slides, or maybe even VoiceThread, or maybe even Panopto. I mean, it depends on how sometimes I give them an option. Which one do you want? They're all based on the same point value, but which one do you want to do? And sometimes I have them do, I have one thing in my back of my mind that I'd love to try next year, I think, with regards to advocacy and public service announcements, is having them do a flip grid and have them tell me why they need to advocate for what they're advocating for in 30 seconds or less. I think so. For example, I just finished using Google Sites to teach health literacy and advocacy. That could be employed in any curriculum. I mean, virtually any curriculum. Developing a website that showcases someone's knowledge. You have to have the literacy skills, obviously, so it could be literacy in reading for like in the College of Ed. It could be for business literacy. It could be, there are financial literacy. It could be, anything. You could put literacy with it, and a website would be perfect.
Boy.
Okay, yep. Well, we're going to stick with the best things that faculty can employ, because I love to share. So doing the websites for advocacy, using video, using Flipgrid. I'm not trying to name drop products because I'm not being endorsed. But those are some of the leading. I don't believe in a best practice, because if there was a best practice, then nobody would try to better the best practice. You know what I mean? So I think it's a leading practice. So a leading practice would be to figure out how you could take the technology to meet the different types of representation for learning from a universal design standpoint. That's the way I would look at it. So again, the website, using video, using maybe mobile applications. It could be a bevy of things. So the kind of two that kind of stick out in my head. I also do community mapping. So using things like Policy Map, or even using Google Maps to make community maps to show a need in the area. Let's see, what else do I do? I'm a Google Slide user. Interactive books. I might be toying with the idea of the storytelling of having students using an iBook app and creating stories for K-12 and healthy eating and healthy foods and that kind of thing. That might be on my radar, but I'm not sure if I want to do that just yet. So I'm going to be presenting on the evaluation of health literacy and advocacy competencies through the use of web development and Google Sites specifically. So, and I had Vince St. Germain come into my class, and he gave a 1-hour session and taught them the basics, and then I took it from there, and they produced some incredible things. And yesterday I gave the students a survey, and 92% of them said that they would like to have this assignment in another class, and 92% also said that it helped them to meet the competencies based off of what we call a Certified Health Education Specialist responsibility. So yeah, that's what I'm presenting on.